Welcome back to the Healing Poetic Podcast. I am Keya McClain the Poet, your host, author, speaker, journaling coach, and the hardcore healing pen coach. Before we begin today's conversation, I want to personally invite you to join my private subscriber community, Rise. Rise is where we go beyond the public conversation. It's a community for people committed to healing, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and living authentically. Inside, I share exclusive podcast episodes, guided journaling exercises, reflections, and conversations that allow us to continue this work on a deeper level. If you've been enjoying the Box and the Sky series, I would love for you to join us. Healing isn't something we accomplish in a single conversation. It's something we practice together. So thanks for those that have joined. Thanks for those that want to join, and it's just not the time. We will be here when you're ready. So now, let's get into today's conversation. The cost of living in the box. When comfort becomes a cage. All right, now. This episode has been on my heart because I don't think most of us realize the price we've paid to remain comfortable. Notice I didn't say safe. I said comfortable. Because comfort and alignment are not always the same thing. Sometimes comfort is actually familiar suffering. Sometimes the box isn't protecting us, it's containing us. And here's why we may stay. I don't believe most people stay in boxes because they lack courage. I think they stay because the box offers certainty. Inside the box, people know what to expect. Even if they're unhappy, even if they're unfulfilled, even if they're emotionally exhausted. The familiar often feels safer than the unknown. And that's why people stay in careers they no longer enjoy, relationships that no longer nourish them, friendships they've outgrown, beliefs they no longer believe, versions of themselves they've quietly outgrown. The box whispers, "At least you know what this feels like." But look, there is an invisible cost. Every box has a cost. The cost might be your creativity, your peace, your joy, your health, your voice, your confidence, your curiosity, and most importantly, your authenticity. Sometimes we don't lose ourselves all at once. Sometimes we lose ourselves one compromise at a time, one silent moment at a time, one people-pleasing decision at a time, until one day we wake up and realize we've actually become a stranger to ourselves. Let me talk about and share with you my own boxes. When I look back over the last decade of my life, I can see every box I lived in. The life coach box, the self-publishing box, the people-pleasing box, the perfection box, the timeline box, the expectation box, the what will people think box. Each one taught me something, but eventually, every one of them became too small for the woman I was becoming. So I'm going to share with you what freedom really looks like. Freedom is not the absence of fear. Freedom is deciding that your authenticity matters more than your comfort. Because see, you'll grow into that space when you're being authentic. You'll continue to shrink yourself for that comfort. That's another episode. Freedom is trusting your intuition when it leads somewhere unfamiliar. Freedom is disappointing people who benefited from your self-abandonment. Freedom is allowing yourself to evolve without asking everyone for permission. That's uncomfortable. But discomfort is often the birthplace of expansion. Now, the sky has never apologized for expanding. It does not shrink because someone else feels comfortable. It doesn't ask permission to become bigger. It simply becomes. I think healing asks us to do the same, not to become someone different, but to become more honest, more aligned, more ourselves. I've sat with myself on many occasions, wrestling with my truth, with my identity, with who I truly am to the core of myself. And I've fought against that so that the box would be more comfortable for not just me, but for those around me. But as I stated earlier, I was outgrowing that box. And if you start to contort your body like you're in a box, it's going to get uncomfortable, right? So at some point, the discomfort made room for the growth. It made room for me to just step outside of the box and continue to rise up to the sky, because there was no box that I could be contained in. I recognized how nuanced I was. I recognized the versatility in my gifts and my expressions. And I leaned more and more into that. And as I did that, the box became more and more uncomfortable. All the various boxes that I was placing myself in. In addition to that, it was tiring. It was hard to keep up with. I couldn't understand why I was uncomfortable, why it didn't feel authentic and real, because I was in spaces I had no business in. So today I want you to ask yourself, what box am I still living in because it's familiar? Where have I confused comfort with peace? What have I outgrown that I'm still trying to fit into? Who would I become if I stopped asking permission to evolve? Those questions changed my life. Maybe they'll change yours too. Maybe you'll see how uncomfortable you are. This is why I journaled. This is why I became the hardcore healing pen coach, because I recognize this through my journal entries. This is uncomfortable for me. I feel like I'm not showing up as myself. That's when I recognized that I was in the box, because I was just living life and I was feeling a way, but I couldn't recognize what it was. I didn't know what it was. I had no name to put to it. But my journal was revealing something to me. My journal was referencing my pain points. My journal was referencing the discomfort. My journal was referencing the people pleasing. And so I made a different decision, and it was very uncomfortable at first. It was scary at first. I have to tell you this because, again, I don't want people to think that this is something that you navigate with ease and peace and joy. I've been doing this a long time, so it may appear that way when I speak to people or when people see me now. But that's only because of a long years and years of work. So again, ask yourself those questions, because they certainly changed my life. Now, if today's conversation resonated with you in any way, and you're ready to continue exploring healing, authenticity, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness, I invite you to join me inside my private subscriber community, Rise. Because inside Rise, we continue these conversations through exclusive podcast episodes, guided journaling exercises, deeper reflections, and meaningful dialogue with a community committed to growth and authentic living. Healing is not about escaping every box overnight, as I just alluded to earlier. It is about recognizing which ones no longer fit the person you're becoming. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Keya McClain the Poet, your hardcore healing pen coach. And to support me further, please go out to my website, www.keyascoaching.com, where I have books and you can sign up for my coaching services. You can see what I have going on in my area. I want you to protect your peace. I want you to honor your truth. I want you to trust your intuition. And remember, the sky was never meant to fit inside a box. I will talk with you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, peace.